Causation, the relationship between cause and effect in historical analysis. If you give a mouse a cookie, then World War I will begin. This slideshow will take a familiar children's story and apply its repetitive language and circular story structure to the analysis of historical events. In this way, we can see how historical events exhibit cause and effect, and that history possesses a circular story structure as well. If you give a mouse a cookie, written by Laura Joff-Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he will want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair needs a trim, so he will probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You will have to fix a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story, so you'll read him one from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he will need Scotch tape. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty, so he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end. So how does this apply to the analysis of World War I? Among the many reasons listed by historians for the causes of World War I, these include nationalism, economic competition, colonialism and imperialism, particularly among European powers, militarism and the building up of navies, public opinion within those nations about the cause of their own nation and how their own nation is correct, and the alliances that those nations ended up pulling themselves into. Let's use nationalism as an example. If you have ethnic groups living within empires, then you have groups that are not in control of their own political determination. If you have groups that are not in control of their own political determination, then you have the beginning of nationalistic movements and revolutions. If you have the beginning of nationalistic movements and revolutions, then you have the spread of those movements throughout European empires, including the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian. If you have the spread of those movements throughout European empires, then you have competitive empires opposing and supporting various movements. If you have competitive empires opposing and supporting various movements, then you have groups that will resort to violence to bring about change. If you have groups that will resort to violence to bring about change, then the empires will come into conflict and bring about global war. If the empires come into conflict and bring about global war, then the results of that war will be redrawn borders with new nations and powers. And if you have redrawn borders with new nations and powers, then chances are you will have new ethnic groups living within the new nations and borders that are not in control of their own political determination. The end? Chances are, no.